Hello friends, and welcome to Knowledge by Nature. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a flip through and comparison of two of my Evan Moor workbooks that I picked up on grammar and punctuation. I have Grammar and Punctuation Level 3, and then I have the Skill Sharpeners Grammar and Punctuation Grade 3. So if this is something you're interested in, be sure and stick around. Alright, so I am really excited to be showing you a deeper look into some of the resources that I'm going to be using for third grade in the month of May. So this will be my third video for the first week of May, and if you missed the book outlet haul or my plan with me, I'll put both of those right here as well as down in the description below. My goal is to give you a little bit more content for the month of May to help with any choices that you might need to be making before purchasing some of your curriculum. Now, I purchased both of these from the book outlet. I originally purchased this one, meaning to purchase this one, and then when I placed another order, I went ahead and grabbed this. So I wanted to give you a look at both because they're both very different, but they also still cover a lot of the same material. But I'm going to start with the Grammar and Punctuation. This is one, I really thought it was a little bit bigger. It is quite a small workbook, but it comes with 75 practice pages, and this goes by rules. There are 25 important grammar and punctuation rules, and it goes with all 25 of those. And then there are 3 sheets that they can practice to go along with that rule. One thing that I saw while I was on the book outlet was this language fundamentals. I almost wonder if that would have been the better option. I don't know. I haven't actually seen in it, but I'll show you why I think that. Because right here in the back, it says there's an example of language fundamentals, grade 3 sample pages. And I just kind of liked the way this looks. So again, this is just the sample pages of the language fundamentals for level 3. And this is talking specifically about nouns. And you can see that each day would not be a lot, but it kind of covers really well what you're talking about. And then it looks like maybe that would be a 5-day process. I'm not sure, but you know what, I digress because we're not talking about that one, but that might be something to look into if you're interested. Now, let's get into the grammar and punctuation. Like I said, this one is 25 rules. Here are the 25 rules that will be covered that you can see right here, and like I said, each rule comes with 3 practice pages for the student to practice for each rule. So each rule is going to be like this. You're going to have a rule page. You're going to have 3 practice pages, and it looks like they get a little bit harder in difficulty as you go, as far as maybe the amount of writing that you would have to do. Now, the book is set up exactly the same way throughout every rule, so I'm just going to show you the first rule here. We have the first rule: a sentence expresses a complete thought. Every complete sentence has 2 parts. And then we're talking about the subject and the predicate, and then they have underlined the subject and the predicate for all 3 sentences. Now, I don't know if you would want to start with just introducing this and then having maybe 1 practice page, or if you would just want to do the introduction and no practice page. But here you can see here's 1 practice page where they're going to circle the subject and underline the predicate. Then we have a make a match, where we have the subject on one side and the predicate on the other side, and they will draw a line to match to the correct subject predicate. And then it ends with finishing the sentences. So we would have fill in the blanks with a subject or predicate, then circle the words that names the parts that you added. So this is the part where they're going to have to get a little bit more original with what they're going to be adding there, that it's not something they can just circle or draw a line to. So this is where it gets just a little bit more difficult on that very last page. Same thing, we have our rule page, and then we have the 3 pages where what type of sentence is it, where they're going to say statement, question, command, or explanation. Name it, where they're going to add the correct punctuation and then circle what that was. And then the final page for that was write it in a new way. So we have follow the directions to rewrite each sentence. Bees collect pollen to make honey. They want to make it a question, and so the child could write, why do bees collect pollen? And they will do that for every single question. Then it continues on the rules until you get to the back of the book. At the back of the book, we have a grammar and punctuation review. So this is part A, where it is covering rules 1 through 8, and this is just a little bubble test. So they're just going to fill in the correct answer. Then we have review part B, where it is talking about rules 9 through 16. Again, fill in the bubbles. Part C, where we are discussing the rules 17 through 25, which would complete your review for the book. There's a record sheet here where you can circle when they have completed each one and whether there was the correct number or incorrect number, if you kind of a grading page here. There are just a few notes to the teacher here about a few of the rules that are going to be talked about, and then we get to the answer key. There are the answer keys for all of the rules, including the review in the very back. Then we have these sample pages again. So this is grade 3 grammar and punctuation. Up next, we have the skill sharpeners grammar and punctuation, and I will open this up so that you can see the contents. Now, skill sharpeners are set up quite differently from any of their other. So here we have a grammar concept and a punctuation concept. For every single topic that you see, we're going to have that. Here we finish out with 2 more, and then there is a language handbook in the very back that you remove and staple together, and that helps to remember the grammar and punctuation rules, followed by an answer key. So let's flip to the very back. Here is the language handbook that they are referring to, so you would remove these and staple them all together, and there's a purple section and an orange section. The purple is grammar and the orange is the punctuation. So that's just a little rule book for everything that's going to be discussed. And then the answer key with this one is actually pictures of the actual page, so it is still colorful with the answers in red. And that is for the entire sheet here. Moving back to the beginning of the first topic is moving. So we have a story on the first page. We're going to read the story. It talks about some concepts here as far as nouns can be singular or plural. Different kinds of sentences need different punctuation. Then read the rules and answer the questions. So we have the rule and we have a question, rule, and the question. Up next is what they call the grammar rule page, and we have the skill over here. We're talking about singular and plural nouns, and then down here we're going to circle the singular nouns and underline the plural nouns. The next page of the moving chapter is noun riddles, and this is called the grammar practice page. Here they're going to make the plural form of the noun, and it gives them a little hint here. Then we have one more little question down on the bottom. Again, we have a skills section at the top. The next page for this topic is the punctuation rule. So we're talking about the end punctuation, and they're going to circle the best end punctuation. Then we have the next page, which is what they call grammar fun. This one is moving day squares. So each box has a plural noun that tells what the Patel family found at their new house. Figure out each word by looking at each letter and reading either clockwise or counterclockwise and write the word on the line. We have the skill again. So you can see there's quite a few pages to each topic. So we're still on the moving topic. Here we have the application sheet. We have the skills again, and they're going to write it right, where they're going to read the sentence carefully and then write them correctly. The next sheet they call punctuation fun. So they're going to help the movers get to the new house and draw a line through all the boxes with sentences that have correct end punctuation. So it's kind of like a little maze. Then the very end of the moving section is the review, where they are going to read the paragraph, and there are 9 singular and plural noun errors. They're going to find the errors and write the words correctly on the lines below, and then they will finish with writing a paragraph to finish the story. And they need to include one of those punctuation marks. Now, every single topic is going to be the same. So this is at the farm. So we have a story, grammar rule, grammar practice, punctuation rule, grammar fun, application, punctuation fun, and review. It flows like that throughout the entire program. The only thing that changes is, of course, the sheets will change and the topics will change. But every single time they're going to have a grammar concept and a punctuation concept. You will see this is really, really colorful as opposed to the other grammar and punctuation, which is not colorful. This is only black and white. There are a few little images on a few of the pages, but nothing what we have here. So if you have a student that loves color, I would say the grammar and punctuation would be your best bet. If you have a student that does not enjoy color, I would say this may be your best bet. If you're looking to go with an Evan Moor series. Again, I don't know what this language fundamentals is about. It could be something very interesting to look into. The Skill Sharpeners is a really fun series. We have used the critical thinking and the science before. It appears that grammar and punctuation is one of the newer offerings with the Skill Sharpeners. So if you have any questions about either one of these, please let me know. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you did, I would love if you would consider hitting that subscribe button and giving me a thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.